What's up YouTube, Dale here from wargames, and we are here with Joe, and Joe is bringing us an updated Predaplant deck profile post Code of the Duelist. So without further ado, when Joe is ready, he will crack straight on with the Predaplant deck.
So we got the standard 3 Scorpio. He's like the best Predaplant now in the deck. Searches any of your Predaplants to the field by just a discard, which you can do some really nice setups in the graveyard with it, and it just goes into your fusion plays. Combos really well with the Dartonia Cobra. Just a one-off because it's a once per duel effect, so you don't really want to clog with more of them. On special summon of a Predaplant effect, you can search your deck for any card with fusion in its name or polymerization spell. Calamity Dew, it's your fusion on legs. You can fusion from the field and hand or any monster your opponent controls with a Predap counter on it. For any dark fusion monster, which is pretty much all the fusions in your extra deck. 3 Saxtilia Ant. It's your battle fader kind of the deck. When you're receiving an attack, you can special summon it, and then if it battles an opponent's monster after damage count destroys both, and if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add any Predap card from deck to hand. That does count if it's fusion summoned, so I just want to throw that out there because I think some people miss that, and it's just like, no, if you fusion with it, you get the search. 3 Spinodenia. This, along with one of the other cards in the deck, is your main way to get Predap counters on your opponent's cards. Once per turn, you can target monster and you can put a Predap counter on it. And if it battles an opponent's monster after damage calc, you can special summon a Predap from your deck to the field. So that you can do some nice little plays. It's an 1800 beat stick as well, so it's quite nice. For your kaijus of the deck, you could say, I play one Drosophemia Hydra and one of the new cards, which is Predaplant
Predaplant Poo.
Bangistio Ogre, I think that's how you pronounce it or something. Hydra, you can tribute a monster that has a Predap counter on it, special summon it. And then also, while it's in the graveyard, you can banish a Predap monster and you can reduce the opponent's monster by 500. So it's quite nice, helps you get over some things. But the Ogre, which is the only tuner of the deck, which is quite weird, Predaplant's getting their own tuner. You can, same summoning requirements, I think you can special summon this card by tributing a monster with a Predap counter on it. And if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can place a Predap counter on each face-up monster your opponent controls. And if you do, any of those monsters are level 2 or higher become level 1. So it's a really nice way to get also a large amount of Predap counters on them, on your opponent's cards. Maybe interfere with some like Xyz plays that they're going to do, synchro plays. And it just needs to be sent from the field to the graveyard, so that's not too hard to pull off. And for the last Predaplant I play is one Cordyceps. It's just a really nice recovery play, and for next turn you can banish it from the grave and special summon 2 Predaplants from your grave. And I think the effects are negated and you're locked to fusion summoning that turn, but that's not too bad for a deck like this. All plant monsters, so Lone Fire, you've got to play it, in my opinion. And to help with the link format is the Gofu. Now, this is obviously splashing a lot of decks for link summoning, but it serves dual purposes in a deck like this because not only is itself a dark, but the tokens it summons are darks, so you can use the tokens for not only link summoning but fusion summoning, as well as Gofu as well. So, and also being a tuner, you can help you get into some synchro plays if you need to, which is really nice. And then the Max C to round up the monsters in the main deck. Spells and traps now. We've got 3 Predapuning. It's your premature burial of the deck, that's searchable, too good to not play. I think 3 is the most you should be playing now in this current format, where resource management is very important. So I play 3 of that and 1 Predaponics. This card is your own personal preference. I play 1 because it's a continuous spell, so you can get the effect constantly. It's searchable, and that's just weird. I kind of just prefer this, where you can play this and then if you have another one, you can just play another one over and over again. So, which does come up a few times. So I just play one because again, a continuous spell. Allure of Darkness, with all darks, you need to draw, you need to get into your combo pieces. So I play 3 Allure, 2 Poly, and a Fusion Sub. I've always liked this ratio, especially for a deck like this where its main boss monster is Starving Venom, so the Fusion Substitute has the same requirements as him anyway. So it's not too much of an issue, but it's also consistency as well. It's like a little upstart for the deck, while also getting your extra decks back. 1 Ultra Poly, this is something I kind of want to bump up to 2, because other than Go Through, it is your main Link combo card of the deck. So you get your Link 3 monster out with this, and you can continue with your plays. Really nice spell, kind of like a Super Poly for us, whereas OCG already has Super Poly, which is a shame. But 1 Ultra Poly for safe fusion play. Refusion, kind of like another copy of Predaplant. Get back a fusion monster from your graveyard for 800 life. Not a bad trade-off in my opinion. You get back your Starving Venom, Greedy Venom, Chimera Ephesian, anything you need that's a fusion in the graveyard, get it back. Instant Fusion for the deck as well, last spell, because I really like the Thousand Eyes Restrict combo. Not so much of a combo, it's just get Thousand Eyes Restrict, suck up a monster, fusion with it. So I really like Instant Fusion. So those are the spells. For the traps, it's very personal to me, which is 1 Warning, 2 Polynosis, and a Eradicator. Warning standard, Polynosis, no, Eradicator is, we play darks that are 2500 or more that give effects in the graveyard. So it's a standard there, hurts too many decks as well at the moment. Polynosis is kind of like your own strike or warning. When your opponent activates a spell trap or monster effect. No, when your opponent would, normal or special summon or spell trap is activated, you contribute a plant, negate it, and destroy it. So we get a lot of plants that in this deck that get stuff when they're attributed. The best one being Celestia Ant. So if you have the Ant in play, you can then go Polynosis, tribute the Ant, negate something, and then Ant gets you a search. It's a really nice tech, counter trap as well, so it's really nice. That's the main deck, extra deck. Last I checked, I think it is 15. So you got 3 Chimera Ephesian, my main brain went blank there. 3 Ephesian, it's your main one you're going to be summoning, it's your most consistent one and easiest one to play off. Just needs a Predaplant and any Dark, which is pretty much everything in the deck except Lone Fire and Max C. You can banish a monster that's equal or lower level than itself on the opponent's side of the field, and if it's sent to the graveyard during the next standby phase, you get a search for any card with fusion in its name. So it's a really nice card. 2 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, your boss monster of the deck. On summon, it gains, you can select a monster opponent controls, non-targeting, gains the name and it gets the monster's attack, and then the other effect, you can target monster opponent controls, gains its name and effect to the end of the turn. And if it's destroyed, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. And in this evolved form, Greedy Venom, only 1 because you're not going to summon it too much. Can reduce the opponent's monster's attack to 0, and if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can destroy all monsters on the field, and if it does, you can banish a level 8 or higher from your grave and special summon it. 1000 Dice Restrict, as I said with the Instant Fusion, play Instant Fusion, summon Restrict, suck up a monster, and fuse off with it, so you get rid of a problem. And everything else I just realised is from the old build I played. But then basically for synchros, I'm gone with Scarlet, Red Dragon, Archfiend, Clearing and Black Rose. So really you're only going to be making level 7s. So this can be a Moonlight Rose. Moonlight, we can just bounce monsters. Black Rose, not only can blow up everything, but because we're a plant-based deck, you can use its other effect, where you can banish a plant from the graveyard, target opponent's monster and make its attack 0, which is really nice. And Clearing Synchro Dragon, this is a really nice card, and really nicely to protect all your high level monsters and get rid of some problematic threats. But
So what's that? That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what are the other 5?
The other 5 would be pretty much links, I believe.
Well,
So,
go through your link spiders,
through,
proxy dragon, decode.
You either want to go with 2 link spiders and a decode, or just proxy and a decode, because you can use both the tokens to make the proxy and then the 2 to make decode. And then you can just go with probably some level, some rank 7s, any other level 7s really that you want to go into. The Scarlight, I think you can make. Yeah, you can make Scarlight. It's going to be a bit difficult, but you can
Omega.
make Scarlight. Yeah, Omega. It's really personal preference with the extra.
The last 5 spaces are kind of, these are ones that you would highly recommend kind of playing, and then
yeah, these
the last ones are.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, obviously, it would be nice to put the Servant Venom Dragon, but for those of you guys out there that don't quite know, the Servant Venom can only be made via 2 Dark Pendulum monsters, and which obviously Predaplants don't have, which is kind of.
If you want to do that, I guess maybe Dark Worms you can probably put in there, but that's if you really want to make.
Anyway, so that's Joe's updated Predaplant profile. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.